Hi, and welcome to World in a Bite, where we bring you what you need to know, bite-sized. Tariffs, a topic that most people might have found uninteresting just a few months ago, are now at the center of heated debates. But what exactly are tariffs, and how might they affect your everyday life? Let's get into it. Before we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. A tariff is a tax that a government places on imported goods. Think of it as a fee that businesses must pay when bringing products into the country. Like any tax, tariffs aren't inherently good or bad. Their impact on a country's economy depends on a variety of factors. When used strategically, tariffs can benefit the countries that impose them. One of the main advantages is that it allows for the protection of local industries. By making foreign goods more expensive, local products become more competitive, businesses grow, and jobs are created. In the 19th century, America imposed tariffs on imported steel to protect American steel producers from foreign competition. Since foreign-made steel became more expensive, American companies were encouraged to buy locally. With increased demand, domestic steel producers expanded, hired more workers, and boosted industrial growth. This had a ripple effect, benefiting industries like construction and transportation, which relied heavily on steel. However, tariffs aren't always the best way to strengthen an economy. In fact, they can sometimes do more harm than good. While local producers may benefit from increased sales, everyday consumers often end up paying more for basic goods. Remember, tariffs are paid by the business importing foreign products, not by the foreign companies selling them. Essentially, tariffs act as a penalty for businesses that choose to buy foreign goods instead of domestic ones. So, what happens when tariffs make raw materials and goods more expensive? Businesses that rely on imports must either absorb the higher costs or pass them on to consumers by raising prices. For example, if a business previously paid $100 to import a TV and sold it for $200, a tariff that increases the import cost to $200 would force the business to sell the TV for $300 to maintain its profit margin. In the end, consumers bear the burden of these price increases. Even if businesses switch to local suppliers, domestic goods are often more expensive than the imported versions originally were before tariffs were imposed, which is why companies were importing them in the first place. Another major consequence of tariffs is trade wars. If one country imposes tariffs, the affected country may retaliate with tariffs of its own. If this back and forth continues, global trade is disrupted and goods become more expensive in both countries. A historical example is the 1930 Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act in the U.S., which raised import taxes to protect American jobs. However, other nations responded with their own tariffs, leading to a significant decline in global trade and worsening the Great Depression. Believe it or not, the U.S. and China have been engaged in a trade war since 2018. Under the Trump administration, the U.S. imposed tariffs on Chinese goods, citing concerns over unfair trade practices. China responded by taxing American exports like soybeans and cars. As tariffs escalated, businesses faced higher costs. American farmers lost access to key Chinese buyers, and consumers paid more for goods like electronics and household items. The cycle of retaliatory tariffs disrupted global supply chains, increased the cost of everyday products, placing financial strain on businesses and households alike. So, do the benefits of tariffs outweigh the costs? That depends. Local producers can manufacture previously imported goods at the same rate, quality, and price, and do so quickly enough to offset the price hikes. Tariffs might be beneficial. However, while tariffs may have helped countries in the past, they're less likely to have the same effect in today's highly interconnected world. Globalization has led to deeply intertwined economies, making the impact of tariffs more complex. Many businesses rely on international supply chains, sourcing raw materials and components from multiple countries. When tariffs drive up import costs, businesses must either absorb the added expenses, raise prices for consumers, or find alternative suppliers, sometimes at the cost of efficiency. So, what do the recent tariffs imposed by the Trump administration mean for everyday Americans? Most economists agree that they will have significant financial implications, including worsening inflation and raising prices on essential goods, like energy, food, housing, and healthcare. Specifically, the new 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada are expected to increase the cost of grocery staples such as strawberries, avocados, fresh tomatoes, beer, and beef. In response, many consumers may shift their shopping habits by opting for store brands and other cost-saving measures. Overall, these tariffs are projected to cost each American household at least $830 annually, impacting industries ranging from manufacturing and hardware to groceries and home building. So, are tariffs good or bad? The answer isn't black and white. They can protect local industries, create jobs, and strengthen economies. But they can also lead to trade wars, disrupt supply chains, and increase costs for businesses and consumers. In today's globalized world, every action has a reaction, and tariffs are no exception. The next time you hear about tariffs in the news, approach the topic with a bit of nuance. They're not just about politics and economics. They affect your wallet, your job, and the prices you pay every day. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more insights from World in a Bite.